Welcome back. Side project. Nice little aftermarket bumper here for a buddy of mine. I got it for 500 bucks. It's a $2,500. It says trail ready down there. See that? TR. So all I'm doing is buffing down the surface, sanding it, getting the surface smooth and prepped. I already started the other day, so where I got it down to bare steel, I check coated it with a little bit of primer. We want to get it down to bare steel or get it clean steel so that when we do primer it, it adheres nicely. We want to clean all this schmutz here off, which could be dirt, could be rust. This was all surface rusted through, just like this here. That was all up here. Cleaned all that off, so we're just going little bit by little bit. Kick the cardboard boxes out of the way. So I'll just do a little bit by little bit and get it all cleaned up. Same thing down there. Anybody want a winch cable? It's free. You pay the shipping. I ain't doing that either. Alright, so I'm gonna shut this off because I got the furnace from hell running there. And I got a cold or COVID or something. And I'll keep doing this here. I haven't done anything on the CJ7 here because I got to get under there at the back, and that's just a mess. I got to make a run into the scrapyard. The winch cable's gonna go. I got a bunch of welding rods that are gonna go. The compressor's okay. There's a set of Ford projector headlights that are all busted. They're gonna go to something. The fill-right box is scrap. Same thing as the blue tote. There's a bunch of crap right in there. It's gotta go. Once those are gone, then we're gonna go heavy and hard on this because the fuel line, or pardon me, the oil line is this one right here. Of course, it's not zooming in over there. There we go. That's the oil line right there. I got a T into that oil line for the turbo on this thing on the other side here. Yeah, and then I gotta do the lines for this and that and this and a little bit of that. And you know what happens when you sharpen your knife and you're not feeling all that awake in the morning? You end up, testing it yourself. Testing the knife on yourself. Yeah, it sucks. Okay, I'll be back. So, I got it buffed down a bit. I got a bit of a paint run, but I'm not worried about that because it's going to this is the primer. COVID probably is too. Buffed it all down. I'm using my paint buffer, which the buffing pad here is toast, so I'm just sticking the sandpaper to it. And I catch an edge and it destroys the sandpaper, which is fine. I've got a box of it, so we'll just put a coat over top of the steel so that she doesn't rust. I'm gonna flip it over, probably scratch the shit out of everything I just did here on the front. That's okay, that's life. It's got to be done again anyway. And we're gonna try and clean up the inside a bit. I can't see that going very well at all. It'll be fantastic. Probably the buffer will jump back out of my hands and smack my hands a few times because it's not meant for doing this, but it works good. You know, this is the sandpaper I'm using here. This is the cup of coffee lid. Clean coffee, steamy. Good. I'm using first a 40 grit to get through the top cover of this shit, and then I'm going from a 40 down to a 180, and then we'll go down to a 400. It's a bumper. I mean, I probably don't need a 400 grit to smooth it all out, but I mean, if you're gonna make it look pretty, you might as well try your best. I paid 500 bucks for it. It's a trail ready, as I said already. They sell for 2,500 bucks. They probably come in with this black shit all over them, whether it's what the hell they call that now, powder coating, or if it's something else. If it's something else, I just don't care. Because what's happened here, originally, I wouldn't have sanded any of this off, but you can see these gouges here, and up there. There was a few more down here, and a couple over in here. I'm not gonna use body filler on it. That's, to me, that's a step too far. So I thought, sand her down, primer it up, put a good paint coat on it. We're in BC. The guy that's getting this bumper runs through the salt in Western Canada in Alberta, so he's in and out of the salt. And he had some dozy doorknob in a Volkswagen, put her car into reverse and back into his truck. Didn't really wreck his bumper, but did screw up the fog lights. And she can't get the fog lights in this son of a bitch. If she bends these, she's bent this. And her car will be a pop can. I can't think of another colorful euphemism there for mangled, mushed up car. Her Volkswagen will go from looking like a 4-door Volkswagen Golf into a 2-door smart car. Something. So we'll get this sanded. I'm gonna get it my super lifter dick picker here. We'll just try and either pick up an end or whatever, or I can't spin it in here. Sadly, I just don't have the room in a 2-car garage with 10 pounds of shit packed in here. 10 pounds of shit in a 2-pound bag. I gotta have some coffee here. Hold on a minute. It's coffee. So good. Well, maybe what I'll do later on today, since I've got bench room, my spare Bluetooth, my spare box here will come off the bench, and I'll bring in the other Ramsey, since it's shitty outside and it's getting warm in here. So I'm kind of sweating, but yeah, I got another video for COVID to show you. It's awesome. So I'll keep working on this. I'll get it flipped over and I'll bring these back. Can't remember the gouges I was saying in the powder coating. There was a huge one that was right here. I've almost got it smooth where you can't feel it. Another one there in the corner. There's another one there. That'll take a little bit more. I keep getting into the edge, but that's not so bad. And I'm getting it smoothed down. I mean, it's going to be a lot smoother too. But other than that, those are the kind of gouges. They've gone right through the top of the powder coating, which is tough material, right into the steel, which then just the rust and water gets in underneath. It'll build up, scale up, and then the powder coating isn't worth a shit, because it'll push all the powder coating off and rust. There's your trail ready badge. Okay. Not passing the buck, not playing the blame game, not saying anything about them. So this is where your steel prep comes in handy. You can see all this. This is underneath the powder coating. You can't powder coat over rust. This is really, really bled into the steel. See the now, maybe somebody that knows powder coating can explain why. But it was all pin dropping, or not pin dropping, but like this here, coming up through. Now I've sanded this, but I haven't sanded enough. I have a suspicion it's going to look like this. And it's going to have to be primered. I don't know if that'll come out. Hopefully it won't come back through. We'll see. But this is what it kind of looked like all over the bumper. All over the front face of the bumper was all like this, except a lot heavier. Seemed to have come out pretty good. This is the worst spot I've seen so far, and it keeps coming, so I just keep sanding. I've got 2 discs of 40 grit left, and then I'm out of it. So hopefully I got enough to do this, that, there, the top tube, And the inside, I'm gonna get a special, a rust. This is supposed to be a rust paint or something that eats the rust, or I don't know. The guy that's getting the bumper said he knows about something, so that's what we're gonna go with. Okay, I'll bring it back. So these thingamajigs are inside there. It's also the mounting brackets and that for your fog lights, except for the big one, which has an L bracket that mounts off of those holes right over there. And yeah, I'm not sure how well that'll work, but we'll see. Anyway, it only had one nut holding all these on. $500 bumper, can't complain. Just got the studs are all there, up underneath here anyway. Let's see. Here's a stud. There's one. There's another one up in here somewhere, and there's one here, another one here, and another one here. I gotta find some more nuts for them because they're not crazy enough on their own. I didn't get it all the way down to bare steel. All of these high proud edges are going to be all bare. So I sprayed it. I didn't clean it very well because she's kind of, you know, yeah. But it'll get sanded again anyway before paint. So all the bare bits of raw steel were covered with primer. I mean, if you had a gray truck, that would look not so bad. Not very shiny, but hey, nobody wants shiny these days anyway. They all want that matte finish, whatever the hell that is. So I'm gonna have to finish that end over there. This end here, I got a rubber mat outside. I'll get it and I'll put it down on the floor so it's not sitting on the concrete like it is over here. And then I'll switch the ends. I'll put that end up in the air. I'll do this side over there, do the front again over there, get it all cleaned up, get the whole thing into primer. It's not a big rush. I got someone coming for the Vanguard, because that generator is just pooped. No compression in the cylinder, 30 psi. So I got somebody that wants that one and the other one that's buried that does run. I have to find the end cowling for the generator, and he can have them both. We agreed on a price. He's gonna come get them. Probably too cheap, maybe too expensive, whatever. So yeah, then he just has to go get a paint match from one of the auto parts places around here. I'm not gonna give him any credits. I'm not gonna say the name, just because they're bored, not certified. Oh. Move the batteries around. This one here is dead. Yep. Little M18 ones are still holding proud on that thing there, but I'm not buffing hard on it, so I'm not working the motor too hard, so the batteries aren't going dead. I don't, you know, obviously with the number of people that are on my channel, I don't get sponsored by anybody. But Milwaukee's one of my favorites. You know. Milwaukee there, Milwaukee there. There's a couple more milkers over there. We're not gonna call them milfucky like some of the other guys. We're gonna call them milkers, because you milk them for the batteries, or they milk you for the batteries. Whichever. Anyway, have fun. Thanks. Bye.